Good morning, everybody. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. I hope everybody had a fantastic evening and that you are here mentally prepared and ready to go for an awesome day ahead, guys. Today is, again, Friday, July 17th, 9:07 a.m. And let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and dive into today's pre-market watch list. What do we have gapping up, gapping down? What are we going to be looking at? And where is the best opportunity? Before I do that, let me just make sure one last time that you guys are actually connected to my good microphone. Good. So it's not all screechy and nasty sounding. All right, guys. So again, let's go ahead and dive into it and see what we have going on. So pulling up the morning newsletter. If you guys don't get the morning newsletter, I send this out every single day, absolutely free. I break down every single stock that has news. You guys get little snippets of our trade ideas scanners, yesterday's top gainers, everything like that, just so you guys are prepared, 100% ready to go. So if you can't be in chat, if you can't get access to the stream now over on YouTube, and again, welcome guys, this is our first day doing this. You can actually sign up absolutely free. I will drop a link at the end of this video so you guys can take advantage of that as well. So let's go ahead and do it. Friday, July 17th, 2020 top stock watch list. Again, guys, for those of you that are over on YouTube or even in chat, every single morning at 9:10, we're actually going to do our YouTube stream, live pre-market stock review, live commentary, basically what we do every single morning in chat to get ready for the day. I'm going to broadcast that and stream that to you guys absolutely free every single morning, again, just to make sure we're all up to speed on what's going on so we know where the best opportunity is. So again, 9:10 every morning, do not miss out. So we have quite a few stocks with news today, right? It is Friday. Typically Fridays are the toughest trading days of the week. Why is that? Well, typically we have lack of press releases. When we don't have a lot of press releases, what does that mean? We don't have a lot of volume, right? Traders enjoy life, right? I enjoy life. I know you guys enjoy life. Why do we day trade in the first place? Freedom. So again, Fridays, people like to start their weekends early, not sit around until 4 o'clock, get out, enjoy that weekend early. So again, Fridays are very, very tough 90% of the time just because there's lack of activity and lack of volume in the market. However, you do have some Fridays that are completely hot, right? But we just have to be mindful, hey, today's Friday. Statistically, Fridays are tough trading days. Let's get in on the best opportunities. Let's make our money and let's get out, right? And save that money, save that capital for Money Monday, which is 10 times hotter, guys. So we have APDN, VRNA, RMBLA. I mean, we got a lot of press releases, guys. Right there, we have about, 7 different press releases. So let's go ahead and dive into these and see exactly what they are about. Are they good press releases? Are they okay press releases? Let's really dissect these real quick. So let's go ahead and start with APDN, guys. Number 1 on our morning newsletter. So this morning, APDN came out with a press release at 6:10 a.m. Applied DNA and Taxus report positive preclinical results from linear DNA vaccine candidates for COVID-19. So what do we have there, guys? COVID-19 press release. That's a hot keyword. All these penny stocks that we've seen move 2, 3, 400%. What does 80 to 90% of those have in common? They're COVID-19 press releases. So right now in this market with what's going on, anytime we see a stock that has good news wrapped around COVID-19, we see big time moves, big time gainers. So let's go ahead and check out APDN, guys. What do we have going on? Well, let's go ahead and look at our up gappers. Where is APDN? Here we go. Number 3 on the leaderboard, 4.29 million in float. So a nice low float stock, trading 3 million shares in pre-market, guys. And if we go ahead and look at the daily chart over on APDN, we can see that we barely, on average, pushing over 1 million, right? Barely pushing 2 on average. Now, we have some days that were like 4 or 5 million, 4 or 5 million. But on average, we look at the big picture. Where's the average volume really fall? Right around 1 million, right? So we're trading 3 million shares in pre-market. So right off the bat, we know we're trading high relative volume. We're trading above the average daily volume. So that's good. Number one, boom, great volume, above the average. Number two, low float, fantastic. Number three, does it have a catalyst? Is there a press release? Yes. How good is it? Number four, COVID-19 news. Right there, guys, we have a good candidate for a good stock that we can add to our watch list. Where do we have some areas of support and areas of resistance? Well, obviously, we see that we have right up here in the low 17s on APD and is going to be resistance, all right? Every time we came up to this 1733, 1740 mark, what happened? We got rejected. We got rejected, got rejected, got rejected. So that 17 to 17.5 area is going to be pretty solid resistance. Now, what if we ever break over that 1733? What if we break over, pull back, and hold that $17 area? Where can we see APD and go? Well, if we simply just go back on the daily chart, right, and look at past areas, that have been validated multiple times as far as support, resistance, spiking highs from previous days, the extremes, where do we have a pretty solid area that we could see APD and go? Well, right around that $20 mark, guys. So if for some reason APDN holds on up and it pushes up to 17, gets above, holds 17 support, we could see APDN up to 20. Right now it is fading on off. It's not looking the best, but again, we do have a reason to add it to the watch list and at least be mindful of where are our support and resistance areas. Prepare ourselves. Okay, if it were to do this, do that, how many shares, what is my plan? So again, we're just preparing ourselves so if an opportunity presents itself, we're good to go, ready to rock and roll, ready to make some money, guys, right? This is what every single successful stock trader does every single morning without fail. We don't come into the market at 925 and see which stocks are gapping up the most and just throw our money into it. You may get lucky and hit a home run every now and then, but you're essentially gambling and you're never going to really be consistent every single day and make that 6-7 figure income by day trading the stock market, guys. So right now, APD, and again, 1733 to 1760 resistance. Right now, support was that last low right around that 1351. But again, let's go ahead and jump back in to the daily chart. If we start losing this 13.5 area, how low could it go? How low could it go? How low? So if we're looking at the 5-minute candles, typically 5-minute candles are respected as far as highs and lows. So this lower shadow here at not 17, dyslexia kicking in, $12.70 would be the next minor area, light support that this could possibly hold on up. But if we start breaking down again below that 13.5, definitely probably get a crack down below that 12.70 mark. We'll probably see it all the way back down towards around $10, right? Probably down towards around $10. We do have some, prior resistance here on the daily right around 12. We can see here back on the 1st of May, we opened up, dropped on down here on the 19th, spiking high right around that $12, right here around the 27th of May, again, spiking high right around $12. So if we ever do come down towards around 12, expect to see a little bit of a bounce, nothing crazy, but the absolute best support, guys, is going to be right there off $10. Look at how many times $10 has been respected past chart on the daily. Look at all these lower shadows, all these bottoms here from 717 of last year all the way to 828. Look at how many times it came down and just bounced off 10, right? What happened when we got below 10? It was resistance, 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 resistance. So again, $10 is going to be a pretty good area for a big time bounce. I'm saying big time like $6, $7, $8, but at least a nice 10 to 15% bounce play opportunity. If we ever come down the 10, hold, push up, we could definitely see, definitely a $12 target. And that'll give us a nice 15 to 20% return over on APD. And so again, add it to the watch list, support, resistance, catalyst, float. We're good to go here on APD. And next one is going to be VRNA, guys. So VRNA, this stock right now is currently up 92% in pre-market, 8 million in float stock, trading 4 million shares here in pre-market. Let's go back again, the daily chart. What's our typical, average volume, guys, over on VRNA? What is it? A million's way up here, right? These are thousands, so 100,000, 200,000. I mean, Yeah, on average, it's like what, 200 to 400, if that. Right now, VRNA, we're trading 4 million shares. So we're trading probably 10 times the average daily volume. Again, just eyeballing these volume candles here, those volume bars down here over the last 6 months. It's never really surpassed 200,000. We're trading 4 million on VRNA. So why is VRNA up? All right, so this morning at 2 o'clock a.m., we get a press release that they raised $200 million in oversubscribed private placements and subscriptions. So they raised over $200 million, right? That's a large amount of money. So when we see press releases where companies raise large amounts of money, typically we see them go on big time spikes. So VRNA yesterday closes at $4.73, hitting pre-market highs of $10.83. Again, we have the good volume, we have a catalyst, and we have a low float stock. Add it to that watch list, guys. And now let's prepare ourselves. Where do we have the best entries, exits, support, resistance, everything like that? Well, number one, I want to talk about our top target. If you look back here on the daily chart back in December 27th, December 26th, this big spiking red candle, where was the spiking high? Nearly $13. So right around that $12.93 mark, right? That is an extreme on the daily. So if we come up right around that $12.93 to $13 mark, we will have traders selling this. So this is going to hold down as resistance. We start breaking up over that area, then we're going to have off these highs right around 14. And then we're just looking at all these areas that have been resistance or support on the daily, right around 15, 16. So again, if we get up and break over 13, it would be safe to play this every 50 cents to $1 to lock something in over on VRNA. Right now, it's still having a hard time. There's a lot of stocks that were looking really good this morning. Now we're starting to really fade on off. All right, guys. So let's talk about this. Right now we have pre-market highs of 1083. That is going to be our first target if this does start moving back up. Anything over that 1083, $11 mark, you do have some really nice room to get all the way up to around $13. Okay, guys. Where is the best support over on VRNA? Well, right off these lows, guys, right? I mean, right off those lows, right around $7.71. The stock pushes up, comes down and bounces, comes down and bounces, right? So if we were to start moving on down and we were looking for a bounce play, again, where is the best opportunity to get a bounce play? Well, right off these lows. What else does that line up with, right? You always want to find multiple reasons of, validation, confirmation, right? You want to find separate reasons, whether that's intraday support, seeing if that lines up with a fib level, the VWAP somewhere on the daily chart, right? You want to have separate pieces of data to really help validate, hey, is 771 really going to hold this stock up? Is it a good support area or is it okay, right? So look at the daily chart, guys. What's right here around this 771? Well, look at this big gap down, right? The stock was moving down, boom, one day it just gapped down from what, $10 all the way to $7.59 and went red on the day. Every time we've came right back up to around this area, $7.59, we get rejected right here. $7.59, get rejected right here. $7.59, get rejected. Every time we gap above, can't stay above it. Every time we get above, can't stay above it. So now that we're looking at VRNA closing at $4.73, gapping up in the nines, what do you think's going to happen? Looking at that daily chart over the last couple times it's gapped up. Look at the last time it gapped up big. What did it do? Quick spike, right? Spiked up and then gave everything back. Right here, gapped up, barely spiked, faded on down. So what could you say to yourself right now before getting in VRNA? Okay, well, we're going to be gapping up about what? 100%? 86%? Based on the last two times, over the last 6 months, when it's gapped up substantially, what has it done? Right? It closes red on the day. So is this something that I want to get involved with and hold it all day long? Probably not, because the odds are we're going to see this spike quick at the start and then give everything back and slowly fade. So if VRNA is shortable, I'll be looking at some shorts on VRNA and we'll alert that with the team here in chat, right? But right now, we could say that also when we open up, we may get a nice little spike here today. So again, Look for support entries down towards around that 759 off these lows. Your risk is pretty much defined, guys. It's very simple risk. If you're looking to get a nice low entry off support and you start losing it, you put your stops like underneath $7, right? Put your stops under 7. Now you're like, okay, well, where's your target? All right, let's say 759 bounces. What's your top target? Well, I would say somewhere off these highs, preferably, right? So we came up here, couldn't get above. Once we got above, where did we hold as support temporarily? Right there around, 943. You got VWAP right there at 957 as well, which is a good target when you're doing bounce plays. So again, I would say somewhere around that 9 to 953 would be a good target. Now, if it ever pushed over that, you got 10 and then 1083. But keep in mind that it does like to give a lot of the gains back on the daily chart, right? So if you're looking at it like, okay, well, if it comes down and bounces at 750, my stops are 50 cents away, but right off the bat, I have at least an $859 target. Well, right there, you already have a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 setup, right? Possibly even 4-to-1 if it pushes the $9.50. So that's a great risk-reward setup, right? You're going to risk 50 cents to possibly make $4. If not, you can start locking it in at $1, $1.50, $2. That seems really good to me. So I'm looking at VRNA for that possible setup there off the 750s. Again, stops below 7. Looking for that bounce back up somewhere around that 9 to 950 range to start locking it in. And then I'll scale the rest out properly in case it does start the push today over on VRNA. All right, guys. Then we have FRSX. All right, so FRSX this morning. We have COVID-19 news. FRSX to initiate first pilot project for its COVID-19 symptom detection solution. So right there, COVID-19 news, guys. FRSX is what's in float. Well, first off, how much is this gapping up? It's gapping up pretty well. So where is FRSX? Down here, 14%, 23 million in float, trading 5 million shares. If we go back to May when we had a lot of volume move in this stock, over the last, 3 months, 2 months, we've been trading well over 10 million shares per day. So right now on VRSX, 5 million shares, it's probably not even over its 3-month average. Now, if you look at it from a 6-month average, absolutely, you're probably right there at the average, if not a little bit above. But really, the volume started moving in May. So you got May, June, half of July, 2.5 months. This typically trades around 10 million shares of volume. So this isn't substantial, right? This is not uncommon for FRSX to have 5 million shares traded, as it's typically trading that over the past few months, right? So again, we got COVID-19 news. We got a decent float, guys. It's okay. It's under 25 million, not the lowest, but again, it's still low enough to really get some hype if volume and buyers move on in. Where do we have support right now? Over on VRSX. We'll ride off these pre-market lows, guys, right? Why are these pre-market lows pre-market lows? Right? It's very easy stuff. Okay, well, it's bouncing here at 175. Well, number one, 175 is a natural area for the stock to bounce off of, right? Now, that's not super valid. What's another valid reason it's bouncing off of 175? Well, look at all these upper shadows on the daily, right? Boom, 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 boom. 4 different times, 175. Had a hard time getting above. Scroll back on the 5-minute chart. Where was our spiking high on Friday? 175. Spiking high on Monday, 175. So now that we're above old resistance, what do we have? New support, right? So 175 is going to be right now the best area of support over on VRSX. If we ever start losing that 175, you could look for entries down around 160 off this other area of support. And right now you have top resistance right around $2, guys. All right, I'm going to blow through the last couple of them. Again, I wanted to talk about the ones that have the best potential, but still give you guys every single stock that's on our watch list, right? So again, we talked about APDN. We talked about VRNA, FRSX. We have HTBX, yesterday's top gainer, guys. HTBX went on a big-time run. BOXL as well. So these were yesterday's top 2 gainers. HTBX, BOXL. No fresh news on either one. If these start moving on up, it's going to be purely momentum, right? That's all it's going to be. Yesterday's top gainers start moving up. It's just going to be continuation from the previous day. Just momentum carrying these stocks higher. Again, no fresh news today on those. Keep those on watch. A back burner play. is still going to be EQ, guys. EQ went on a big-time run on the 13th. We called this out for that mid-candle breakout pattern on Wednesday. We got involved with it, never did the mid-candle, but we sold properly, made like $5-6 a share over on EQ, but this is not done. This is still consolidating really nice here on the daily chart, and if this stock ever gets back above 15 and holds, and we really see this above 19 and 20, we could see some big-time volume move into EQ to take this bad boy all the way back up towards around the $26, $27 range. Okay, so that's EQ. Again, add that on your watch list. Again, you want to see this, ideally hold above 15 and start building some higher lows back up towards around 19 for that big time push with some nice volume over on EQ. Last but not least, let's talk about some options, guys. We got about a minute to go. Netflix, bad earnings. This stock closed yesterday at $5.27 and dumped within 1 minute all the way down to around $4.50. All right, guys, so we're going to be keeping Netflix on high watch for some options today, right, based on earnings, bad earnings. And then we're going to be watching BA as well. All right, so so the price target was raised to 270 from 230. So you see a little bit of a hype, some action activity moving into BA simply off the Catalyst news that their price target was raised roughly $40. All right, and BA right now is trading almost 1 million shares here in pre-market, which is really good for pre-market trading, especially on BA or some of these large cap stocks. So we're going to keep that on watch as well. So again, BA and Netflix, my top 2 watches for options. You guys have my reasonings behind that. And again, APDN, penny stocks, VRNA, FRSX, top 3 fresh penny stocks today, HTBX, BOXL, and EQ previous movers from past days that we're going to keep on watch as well. Now I know that I'm going to need to give myself a little bit more time, guys. So for these that are on YouTube, we're going to do this at 9 a.m. now. All right, 9 to 9:05. I need to give myself an extra 5 minutes because there's a lot to talk about. So with that being said, if you guys are watching from now on, we're going to be doing this at 9:05 a.m. every single day. And that's that, guys. Have an awesome day trading. If anybody ever has any questions, reach out to me at josh@alphadaytrading.com. Have a safe trading day. Be smart, be consistent, make money. I'll see you guys on Monday.